And they shall walk with me in white because they believe Yeshua existed or died or was resurrected, or because they made an altar call, because they... What's it say? Worthy. I mean, is there any way to interpret worthy other than earning something? Is there any way to be considered worthy and not earn that title? See, but yet people say, oh, you're talking about earning salvation. No, there's no word of salvation anywhere in here. It says they were worthy to walk with me. And what made them worthy? They were complete in their works before Elohim. Right? Isn't that what he was talking about here? He said, I have this against you. I found your works were not complete. I have found that they are not complete. But there are a few that are. And so they have works. Those works are being judged, and according to those works, they were found worthy. Others were not found worthy. I don't know how you get around this with the people out there with the once saved, always saved, blah, blah, blah. And the only way they get there is because they still want to link salvation and reward as one and the same. You need salvation to get the reward, but having salvation doesn't guarantee you anything. You have to be found worthy. I think we've read how many thousand scriptures already in these 15 parts that say that. I mean, I don't know how else you can get around it, but you know what? People are still going to attack me all over the internet saying, oh, you know that Rabbi Berkson, he's teaching works, salvation, blah, blah, blah. I mean, come on. Read what your book says. Is there any translation that doesn't put the word worthy in there? I mean, that's what the word means. It means that you have earned an accolade, a designation as being like a thumbs up. You have been found worthy because you did something. Or maybe you were found worthy because you didn't do something that you shouldn't have done. And you actually passed that test. I mean, there's times when I see that with my children. You see that with your children. You could be really proud of them because they had a moment where they could have gone left or right and they didn't. And so that also found them worthy. Maybe that found them worthy of you trusting them to leave them by themselves because when you did, there was an opportunity and they behaved and they didn't get the temptation. And so he said, you know what? You earned my respect and you are now worthy to have another opportunity to prove yourself. You were found worthy, okay? He says, they shall walk with me because they were found worthy. Do you think that might apply to everybody? Not just Sardis, that walking with him, because otherwise he's a respecter of persons, isn't he? If it's only for the Sardis people that this is required. We know that Yahweh is not a respecter of persons, right? Okay, so if the Sardis people have this problem or have this situation, don't you think it applies to everybody? Okay, so if you want to walk with him, and by the way, he's talking about ultimately, right, in white. When he talks about they shall walk with me in white, they shall wear white and walk with me in white. What is the white? We're going to see that later in Revelation. We're not going to read that today, but you will see that in Revelation. It says, the bride is dressed in what? White. And she has done what? Made herself ready. Okay? It doesn't say that anybody came and made her ready and prepared. She made herself ready so that she's worthy to be the bride. Okay? And by the way, that's like, well, then you're being all about, it's all about us. Well, the part that's about us is all about us. I don't know how that's too simple for people. There's a part that's all about him. Nothing you can do about that part. There is the part that's all about you. That part you're fully responsible for. And that whole idea of becoming worthy. You know what? Yeshua even gets that when we hear in Revelation and other places, worthy is the Lamb. Oh, you mean he was found worthy also? Even Yeshua had to be found worthy by the Father. Everybody, without exception, has to be worthy. The only one that's not in all of this is the Father, because after all, there's nobody for him to be worthy to. He's the head. That's it. It stops there. But everybody from that point down has to be found worthy. And he tells us how to do that. How? To love him with all your heart, all your being, all your might, all your strength, and to love each other in a similar manner. That's how you be worthy. And do it with integrity. He says, I have not found your works to be complete before Elohim. You don't want to hear those words. You want to hear, well done, you good and trustworthy servant, because you did what you were supposed to do. You were worthy. He says, come and enter into their master's rest. This is not rocket science here. This is not complicated.